Day 61. You've made it this far, and that's no small thing. 61 days without a bet, a spin, a chase. For the first time in a long time, you're beginning to see clearly, thinking differently. You feel more present, more stable, more you. And now you finally understand what gambling was doing to your brain all along. Let's break it down. Gambling doesn't just affect your wallet, it rewires your neurology. Every time you gambled, your brain released dopamine, the feel-good chemical. But here's the catch. Unlike normal rewards like food or human connection, gambling operates on a variable reward system. That means the dopamine release wasn't predictable. You didn't know when you'd win, or how much. That's exactly what made it so powerful. It's the same mechanism slot machines, online casinos, and even social media exploit. The randomness of the reward creates a stronger addiction than drugs or alcohol for some people, because your brain starts obsessing over the next possible win. Over time, this consistent dopamine hijacking begins to change the structure and function of your brain. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for decision-making, logic, impulse control, starts to go offline. You begin taking bigger risks, making irrational choices, lying to yourself and others, and chasing losses because the system that tells you this is a bad idea becomes weakened. Meanwhile, the amygdala, the emotional center of your brain, is hyperstimulated. That's why gambling feels so emotional, so intense, and why it's tied so closely to anxiety, guilt, and depression. Eventually, even when you win, your brain doesn't light up the same way. It's numb, desensitized. That's why you kept gambling even when you weren't enjoying it. That's why you could lose thousands and still convince yourself, next time I'll get it back. You weren't after money anymore. You were chasing a chemical reaction that your brain couldn't produce naturally. Anymore? Not without the stimulus of gambling. Now, here's the beautiful part. The moment you stopped, your brain began to heal. It's called neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself. In the first few weeks, your dopamine levels were chaotic. You probably felt flat, irritable, bored, even depressed. Hey, that's withdrawal. That's your brain adjusting to life without the artificial high. But as the days passed, and you reached this point, day 61, your brain has started to find balance again. Your prefrontal cortex is regaining strength. That means better decisions, clearer thoughts, more control over your impulses. You're sleeping better. Your memory is sharper. You're able to sit with discomfort rather than run from it. You've likely noticed you can actually enjoy small, simple things again. Music, fresh air, a good conversation, a productive day. That's dopamine being released naturally, not force-fed by chaos. And here's what's coming if you stay the course. More peace, more focus, a stronger sense of identity. Long-term gamblers often lose their sense of self because everything becomes tied to the next bet. But when you stop gambling and stay stopped, your mind starts anchoring to real goals again. Your creativity returns. Your emotional regulation improves. Your confidence grows because you know you're in control again. So today, take a moment to truly acknowledge how far you've come. Not just in discipline, but in healing. You're not who you were 2 months ago. You've taken back your mind. You've shown your brain a new way to live. One rooted in truth, not illusion. This is the power of the 75 Days No Gambling Challenge. It's not just about quitting, it's about reclaiming your mind. You're breaking a deeply ingrained pattern. You're reversing years of conditioning. You're proving every single day that freedom is possible. Keep going. This isn't just recovery. This is rebirth.